Hi, this is Alex, and today I've got a question for you. And that question is, do you ever ponder from time to time about doing something great with your life? Now, is that, living a more exciting lifestyle, doing something different? It can mean very different things for different people. But one thing that, oh, hello, how are you? It's cute little girls here. So one of the other things that I've heard about is that the number one regret of the dying is that they did not live a lifestyle and a life that was true to them, doing exactly what they wanted to do with their lives. So they followed the path laid down by others, they tried to meet others' expectations, they did things that society said was the right thing for them to do. So what I want to propose in this video is that you design your own perfect lifestyle. And I'm going to suggest as an option teaching out in Vietnam to do that. And I'll explain to you why that is, and I'll cover a number of factors such as the living costs here, the free time here, as well as the salary you make. Okay, so let's crack into this. And I'll start off by saying that everyone's unique, perfect lifestyle is different, right? So maybe you value having a lot of free time. Maybe you have some amazing project you want to work on that will change the world. That it doesn't have to change the world. Maybe it's just a hobby you really enjoy. Maybe it's going to gym is something I really enjoy doing. Spending time in a new country and traveling is something I love doing. So there's a lot of things that may be the perfect lifestyle for you. But one thing is for sure, you've got to survive. So you've got to make some kind of income. You got to live a lifestyle that allows you to do these things, and you have to have enough free time to work on them if it's not something that's currently supporting you. All right, so let's look at teaching English in Vietnam as an opportunity to design your own lifestyle. Now, obviously, this isn't for everyone. Maybe you don't want to come out to a new, different country to have a great lifestyle. You don't have to. Maybe it's, teaching doesn't really appeal to you. Well, I'm just going to propose this as a way of designing your perfect lifestyle. Okay, so bear with me here, and let's start off with what makes Vietnam a great country to live in and teach English in to design your own lifestyle. Well, the first thing that you want to consider is the living costs here are extremely cheap. So I've kind of said this a few times, but it is very possible to live on about $600 per month. Now, not everyone believes me. Some people are like, even people living here are like, okay, yeah, Alex, that's a little bit low. Maybe, I spend like $1,000 a month. Sure, okay, whatever. You could cover your living costs with $600. My rent is less than $300. Eating out and food is really cheap. So you could cover your basic living costs with, $600 or less. And then if you want to live like a more baller lifestyle, obviously it's going to go up, and you can spend a lot more money out here. So just bear that in mind. But let's just say less than $1,000 to eat out all the time, go out, experience the nightlife, travel around the city. It's very cheap to get around. You can use Uber, Grab, Bike, which is like an Uber for motorbikes. Or you can get your own motorbike and drive around. You've probably seen a couple come past already. So essentially the living costs are super cheap. Now, what about the salary you can make here? Well, the salary is fantastic too. I mean, you can earn about up to $2,000 teaching only 25 hours or so a week. All right, so that's not a lot of time actually spent working for a very high salary compared to the living costs. So look at it relatively, like $2,000 when you can live on less than $1,000. So maybe you're gonna make a little bit less than $2,000, but still there's a big gap there. And what can you do with that extra money? Well, whatever you want. You can use it to finance traveling around. You can use it to finance a entrepreneurial venture. You can use it to go shopping, like whatever you want to do, right? So, I bought a GoPro the other day, which I was like, I'm loving because I can actually hop on my motorbike and drive around and show you guys the city. But it's a lot of extra money over and above what your living costs are. So that helps you to finance exactly what you want to do, right? And then this brings me to the third thing, and that is the teaching hours. Like, it's not a lot per week. maybe you're looking at about 15 to 25 a week. It's actually quite hard to find more hours than that. But if you do that as a number of teaching hours per week, you've got a lot of extra time. Now, this video was actually inspired by a guy who reached out to me who plans to come out here and do our TEFL course here in Vietnam. And it's a great way to get started because you get free accommodation for the first month, you get TEFL trained, you get to meet all the people on the course, and then you actually get a guaranteed job after going through the course. So he's actually planning to come out and do that in January, but he actually wrote this article that inspired this video about the actual math of him coming out to Vietnam to pursue his ideal lifestyle versus staying back home in Denver. And Andrew actually broke this down saying that, yeah, you'd have about, bearing in mind that you've only got a limited number of hours per week when you take away sleeping and transport and all those random things, he worked out that if he had to work 50 hours a week at a job out there in Denver, then he would essentially only have about 27 hours free time after that. Whereas, if you're working 25 hours here in Vietnam, you have about 52 free hours to do whatever you want. All right, so that's a lot of extra time to design your perfect lifestyle. So a shout out to Andrew for that. And what he basically worked out from basically what I've said now about the living costs, the salary, and the free hours is that he would have not only that extra free time, but also the fact that his lifestyle would be increased by living out here. And what I mean by that is he worked out that an average salary of someone who gets out of his college degree and gets a job will be about $3,500 US. Whereas to live the actual lifestyle that he expects he could live in Vietnam, it would cost him about $4,500, I think he said, something like that. So essentially, his lifestyle would be decreased by 26% in Denver. However, it would be increased by 26% out here because the living costs are so low to live that great lifestyle and the salary is much higher. So you can check out his article, I'll link it below, very cool. And that's what inspired me to make this video and basically just break down that scenario of coming out to teach here. Now, what does this mean if you want to come out and actually teach here? Well, go ahead and do it. Now is a great time, especially if you're young and you have a lot of opportunities. Well, this gives you the chance to use the money you make, the time you have to work on things that you want to do in your life. And that can be, an actual business on the side, or traveling, or working on writing, or whatever it is you love doing, you can work on that on the side. So it is this great opportunity. I highly, highly recommend it to be able to design your own lifestyle exactly how you want it. Now, is this for everyone? Well, the teaching is a skill set. You can learn it, and if you are willing to put in the time and energy and put in the hours per week and do a good job at it, then yeah, by all means do it. You don't have to be passionate about teaching, and I know some people disagree with me on this, but I strongly believe that almost anyone can make a good teacher with the required training. So come out and do a TEFL certification. The face-to-face ones are really superior to the online ones if you want to be able to do a good job in the classroom, and employers like to see that too. However, just come out with an open mind, willing to learn, willing to put in the efforts. So don't misconstrue the fact that I'm saying you can live the lifestyle you want, to mean that you can slack off with the teaching. Don't do that. There's enough people out here, who are willing to actually put in a lot of hard work and effort and do a great job teaching, that if you're just coming out here to slack off, don't bother, Rather be one of those people that brings a lot to the table in every respect, whether it's the actual teaching, and then also in your free time, do what you want to do, and come with an open mind and open attitude, and you can actually achieve a lot out here. Whether it's something you want to achieve or just have extra bit of free time, extra bit of money. And yeah, I think that covers it. Essentially, come out to Vietnam if you want to create your own lifestyle that you enjoy. So that's it from me, Alex from ninjateacher.com. Make sure to thumbs up this video if you found it a little bit inspiring or useful. Make sure to subscribe for more videos about teaching English abroad in Asia and the lifestyle out here. And I will speak to you very soon for another video. Peace.